One of the biggest difficulties I face as a teacher, as a coach, I teach theology, I coach sports. When I'm with students is, what do you do with apathy? It's a really difficult thing because you want them to be passionate about what you're teaching. Let's say it's a theology class, and you just want them to be as excited as you are, and yet there's so much apathy because there's a laborious element to, I'm in school, and good grief, Mr. Murray, just tell me what I need to get on the test, tell me what's on the test, I'm going to spit it back to you, and I'm going to be a robot in the process. It's just a very utilitarian mindset because I need to pass this class in order to get to this grade, to go to college, or to get a job, to make money. And they get in this mode as a student where it's like they're robots and they've lost their humanity. And so if you struggle with that as I do, know you're not alone, and this is a perennial issue. One way of success I've had, though, is I'm always asking, one, how can I be more passionate in what I'm teaching? Because if I have this passion, I'm hoping that they just get that by osmosis and it wakes a few of them up so they're not apathetic. Because I think students can be convicted if they see, okay, I don't really know what this teacher's getting at, but I can see they're passionate about it, so maybe I'll be a little more interested. But the best thing for me is just utilizing a Socratic method. I think of the way Socrates taught. Our Lord himself in the Gospels you see so often is the way Socrates taught was through asking really good questions and getting his interlocutors to think about what's being asked. Or our Lord himself, people will ask him a question. He doesn't give an answer. He says, well, let me ask you a question, because he's trying to get deeper in the line of questioning. And so being able to ask the good questions to hit the students' hearts so that they're not apathetic is one of the best ways that you can teach, because you start lecturing, they're going to tune you out very fast. And you might be able to give them such great insights, such great truths, but if they've tuned you out, they've missed it. And so you can accomplish the same set of ideas you want to give to them. But if you're able to ask them questions in such a way that invites, it's almost like they can't help but give a response, and then you start to guide that question, they start to come alive, because there is this innate desire for humans to want to know and to want to know the truth. Aristotle in the beginning of his Metaphysics says all men by nature desire to know. And so when you could tap into that natural desire that students have to want to know what is good, what is true, especially if you're teaching something like theology or philosophy or literature even, but really any subject, but especially these subjects, because they hit on the most fundamental questions of the human heart. And so to be able to relax your students a little bit and just inviting them to be human, the questions in those subjects are of greatest interest, and to let them know you cannot be apathetic with a question like, does God exist? Is there life after death? What is the good, and how should I pursue? What is happiness? What's going to bring me happiness? And if you could give them great questions to ponder and to try to pull it out them, then you're enabling them to own these questions themselves, and you're guiding it for them. I've seen a lot of success in breaking through that apathy, and it catches fire, but that just involves having some creativity of, okay, what are the right questions? What are the right buttons I'm going to press? But also trying to encourage them, like, guys, you can't just think of this class as just any theology, for example. This isn't just any other class. This isn't just I'm going to get a grade in this class. You want them to make the connection. How is this going to affect my life, what we're studying here? And it should affect their lives. And so I just encourage you to maybe take a step back and read Socrates and see the way he did it, or look at the Gospels and see our Lord, because really what you're trying to do is you're trying to get at the heart of the students. And I want to give you confidence that you can get at their hearts, and if you start doing that, it'll make the whole enterprise one of the most exciting things. And in my 10 years of education, being in the classroom with the students is one of the best gifts of my life, because being able to enter into conversation with students where they feel like they can have a voice and can think through these issues on their own, and you're guiding them through the whole formation, is one of the most rewarding things in the world.